Dr. Strangelove I've seen maybe 184 times. Maybe it's 183.
For decades, Ethan Coen, one half of the legendary Coen Brothers,
unless you're like Turturro and you love David Carey or whatever,
has crafted some of the most brilliant, eccentric, and unforgettable films in Hollywood history. Known for his sharp wit, dark humor, and uncompromising style, Ethan built a reputation for being both a genius and a perfectionist. But behind the camera, not every collaboration was smooth. Over time, Ethan developed a strong distaste for certain actors, some due to creative clashes, others because of ego battles or simple personality mismatches.
Yeah, they've kind of, we didn't even really think of the order in terms of ordering them. They kind of fell into an order by virtue of when we wrote them.
Now at 68, Ethan finally opens up about the 10 actors he absolutely hated working with. Those who tested his patience, challenged his methods, and left him vowing never to collaborate again. 1. George Clooney. At first glance, Ethan and George Clooney seemed like the perfect creative pairing. Clooney starred in multiple Coen films: Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?, Intolerable Cruelty, and Hail Caesar.
Prepared to entertain an amicable dissolution of the marriage without
bringing his charm and charisma to each role. But behind the scenes, the dynamic wasn't as lighthearted as it appeared. Ethan reportedly grew frustrated with Clooney's constant improvisation. Clooney had a habit of rewriting his lines, experimenting with expressions, and trying to make scenes more comedic than Ethan intended. The Coens valued precision. Every line, every pause, every frame mattered. Clooney's playful style clashed with Ethan's methodical approach. By the time they wrapped Hail Caesar, Ethan reportedly told close friends he was done working with Clooney. 2. John Turturro. John Turturro was practically a Coen Brothers regular, shining in Barton Fink, Miller's Crossing, and The Big Lebowski. Yet Ethan later admitted that Turturro's intensity could be overwhelming. Turturro often challenged Ethan's direction, dissecting lines for hours, demanding deeper explanations for character motivations.
Exactly.
That's what I was going to say. It's just too painful.
It's too painful.
That Ethan felt were already clear on the page. Ethan, who preferred actors to trust the material, found this exhausting. Their creative tension reached a breaking point during Barton Fink, when Turturro reportedly refused to perform a scene until Ethan rewrote part of it. Ethan did, but never forgot it. From then on, their partnership cooled, and though they remained cordial, the effortless collaboration was gone forever. 3. Frances McDormand. This one shocked Hollywood the most. Frances McDormand, Joel Coen's wife and frequent Coen collaborator, was also a strong presence in Ethan's creative world.
She had her son shave the back of her head. She put on the jumpsuit.
She was the face of Fargo, the heart of Blood Simple, and one of the greatest actresses of her generation. But Ethan and Frances often clashed over tone. Frances liked to explore emotional realism, while Ethan leaned toward dark absurdity. During Burn After Reading, their arguments reportedly turned personal, with Frances calling Ethan cold and Ethan accusing her of overcomplicating the scene. Though their respect for each other never disappeared, Ethan quietly decided he would rather never direct her again. It wasn't hatred in the personal sense. It was creative exhaustion from two powerful minds colliding. 4. Billy Bob Thornton. When The Man Who Wasn't There was in production, Ethan Coen believed Billy Bob Thornton was perfect for the quiet, brooding lead. What he didn't expect was how stubbornly independent Thornton would be on set. Thornton had his own interpretation of the character and often ignored Ethan's instructions.
I mean, we have to talk about our own movie.
Choosing instead to deliver lines in his signature offbeat rhythm. Ethan, who valued control, saw it as open defiance. 5. Nicolas Cage. Ethan and Joel cast Nicolas Cage in Raising Arizona, a quirky comedy that became an instant cult classic. But Cage's method acting and unpredictable energy clashed with Ethan's structured directing. Cage would show up to set with entirely new character ideas, insisting on bizarre line deliveries or facial expressions. Ethan found it maddening. While Cage's performance turned out iconic,
Well, let's talk about your next movie.
Oh,
which
right
is,
on.
6. John Goodman fans adore John Goodman's collaborations with the Coens, but behind the scenes, there were moments of tension, especially between Goodman and Ethan. Goodman's booming personality often dominated the set. He cracked jokes between takes, argued about pacing, and sometimes refused to stop improvising. Ethan, who preferred quiet focus, found it disruptive. During Inside Llewyn Davis, Ethan reportedly told Joel that Goodman sucked all the oxygen out of the room. 7. Steve Buscemi. Steve Buscemi's memorable roles in Fargo and The Big Lebowski
apparently, and we didn't get to see the beginning of the movie. It was a tough movie for me as a 6-year-old.
made him one of the Coens' most beloved collaborators. But Ethan eventually revealed that working with Buscemi was a storm of nervous energy. Buscemi often second-guessed his performances, constantly asking for more takes. Ethan admired his perfectionism, but felt it slowed production unnecessarily. During Fargo, Buscemi's endless retakes led to tension, with Ethan bluntly telling him, "You don't need to understand every emotion, just do the damn scene." Buscemi was offended, and though they completed the film professionally, the atmosphere was cold for the rest of the shoot. 8. Tom Hanks. When the Coens cast Tom Hanks in The Ladykillers, they hoped his wholesome charm would fit perfectly. What they didn't anticipate was Hanks's resistance to their darker comedic tone. Hanks reportedly questioned the film's bizarre dialogue and eccentric direction. He asked Ethan several times to tone down the weirdness, but Ethan refused. The result was a strained relationship.
Second to last, Hail Caesar. Just an exclamation point? I think comma as well. No, just an exclamation point.
And a film that Hanks later admitted didn't quite work. 9. Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin delivered one of his greatest performances in No Country for Old Men, a film that earned universal acclaim. But on set, the tension between Ethan and Brolin was palpable. Brolin's commitment to realism clashed with Ethan's detached, almost mathematical directing style. Brolin wanted more emotional depth. Ethan wanted silence and control. During one particularly heated moment, Brolin reportedly yelled, "You're not even watching the performance," to which Ethan coldly replied, "I'm watching the movie." Though the film won multiple Oscars, Ethan never worked with Brolin again, proof that even cinematic perfection can hide personal animosity. 10. Jeff Bridges. Ethan Coen's dislike for Jeff Bridges came as a shock, especially since Bridges' portrayal of the Dude in The Big Lebowski became legendary. But according to insiders, Ethan grew irritated with Bridges' laid-back approach. Bridges often arrived late, improvised freely, and treated the set like a hangout rather than a film production. Ethan, ever the perfectionist, found it unprofessional. During shooting, Ethan reportedly told Joel, "He's too much like the Dude. It's not acting anymore." Though they finished the film amicably.
And the oxen were new to us. I asked Travis, who's the oxen wrangler, because we wanted the oxen to do something specific in the take.
Ethan later said he'd had enough of that California cool attitude for a lifetime. Despite Bridges' iconic performance, their working relationship quietly dissolved. Ethan Coen's creative journey has always been defined by precision, control, and uncompromising vision. For him, filmmaking isn't about stardom or ego. It's about the art itself. The actors on this list weren't necessarily villains. They were simply incompatible with his exacting process. At 68, Ethan Coen's honesty about these clashes paints a revealing portrait of a filmmaker who values his craft above all else. His films endure not because they were easy to make, but because he demanded perfection from everyone involved, even when it led to tension, frustration, and lifelong grudges.
You need to go bowling.
Are you a bowler?
Not particularly, but I think it's
When was the last time you went bowling?
I went bowling 2 years ago in the Valley.
And perhaps that very intensity, the refusal to compromise, is what made Ethan Coen one of the most brilliant directors of his time.